saw a man, he was digging a hole, looking for silver, looking for gold, hoping to find the things that were lost, just enough riches to cover the cost. Be it 20, 50, or 1,000 or more, just enough gold to cover the score. Not enough silver to balance the tab, no matter how deep you dig. Silver and gold, makes the men crazy, makes the women. Well, hey, folks, good to see y'all out there. Let's see. Man, we got a pretty good audience tonight. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to have you tonight. And if this is your first time listening to us, then guess what? You're in for an hour of fun. We've got a great author tonight who had an article recently in American Digger magazine. And speaking of American Digger magazine, we are the only real metal detecting magazine left in the United States. That's right, American Digger magazine. We are 72 pages plus, all color, quality publication. Available 6 times a year. You can subscribe to us. Debbie will tell you how tonight on the internet or on the chat here. And by the way, I'm also publisher of American Digger magazine. My name's Butch Holcomb, and I'll be your host tonight. And with that being said, let me bring on one of my other co-hosts and my producer, Mr. Jeff Lubert, Colorado.
Hey, Butchie. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I am doing good. I'm tired. I'm doing good.
Well, at least you're doing well. That's all that counts, right?
That's right. That's right. I am doing well. Fine stuff, as they say down in these parts.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody. I am Jeff Lubert, as Butch was saying. I am based out of Denver, Colorado, and I am a member of the Eureka Treasure Hunters Club. You can find out more about our club by going to our website at www.eurekathc.org, and there you can click on tabs to read the newsletter, get entry form into the club, read the history in the club, all that good stuff. Check us out, www.eurekathc.org. I'm also a sales associate over at History Seekers Metal Detectors. We sell all major brands of detectors, all the gear to go along with it. And we give you some of the best prices out there on the internet, give you great service after the sale. You know, all of our sales staff have a great history in metal detecting. You know, we're not just new guys on the block or anything like that. We've been in this hobby for decades. I've been detecting since 1980-ish, maybe a little bit before. So, yeah, I think I have an idea of what's going on. So if you want to talk to me how you can upgrade your machine, maybe you just need a new coil or something, headphones, I don't know. Let's talk it over. Never going to sell anything you don't need. And like I said, give you some of those best prices out there on the internet. So give me a call, 303-618-5179. What do you say we bring Debbie on? Where's Debbie at?
Or as she was known in the previous show, Miss Julie Andrews. She'll have to explain that. Debbie, come on over here. What's this Julie stuff people are talking about, huh?
Where's my music? I could sing for you.
We just appeared on Detect America's show and had a good time over there with Steve.
That was a blast.
Pacifico, and don't know where it came from, but I logged on to find Debbie. I say she was lip syncing. It might have really been her, the Sound of Music, and I thought I had logged over to the wrong lifestyle.
You walked right into a musical.
Here wearing pink shirts and singing musicals.
Yeah.
I fit right in though.
That was fun. Steve's a great guy. But
Steve's awesome, man. And our prayers out to Frank. He's still going through some rough health issues.
Yeah.
Look at there's Alberto. Hey, buddy.
There's Alberto.
Way down in Chile.
Yeah. Speaking of weather, the
weather.
Actually,
by the way, Debbie, after I told you it was 60 degrees here, 2 hours later it was snowing. I
was going to say, you spoke too soon, because when you said that, I was thinking to myself, just wait, because I was saying the same thing yesterday morning, and then it went whoosh, and it was just, the bottom fell out, snow blowing like I've never seen, and they actually said that it was the first time ever in this area that they've issued a snow squall warning.
Wow.
I've heard of that.
Wow.
But we had a snow squall warning yesterday, and it was just unreal. I mean, the temperature went from being in the 60s when I got up yesterday morning to the low teens by yesterday evening. And I mean, I got up this morning and went outside with my camera. All the daffodils just looked like somebody walked on them. They were all
I
flat,
know.
just, pathetic. Everything that was blooming is now turning brown, and it's just, yeah.
It killed everything but the ticks, is what you're saying.
I'm sure the ticks are coming out from under their their leaves right now, saying, "Oh, where's spring?" No, it was
Just watch out where those huskies go, Debbie.
Yeah, I'm for sure, for sure. But Saturday's supposed to be 86 degrees. So
Unreal.
I know,
And
crazy.
Bert from Missouri said it wiped out everything.
Wiped
So
out everything pretty
stay
much.
warm, Bert.
Pretty much. Yeah, yeah. So, and then of course Jeff's over there in Colorado sunbathing during all this.
No, we actually had that weather. We had your weather a day earlier.
Yeah.
So we were out in shorts and stuff on Saturday. We had a metal detecting event going on for the club. And then Sunday was teens and 20s, exactly like what you're saying, and snow sideways.
Yeah. It's just
Well,
amazing. I've never seen anything quite like it. Not so dramatic. That's the only thing I can think of is it was just very dramatic.
well, we're always snow depraved or deprived, however you want to call it, down here in Georgia. So we're something. We like snow because we don't ever get it. So we saw it snowing today and went, yay! And then looked out the window 2 minutes later and it was gone. So,
Really?
what a blizzard! What a blizzard it were.
The
Hey, I got out hunting actually
Hey,
not last
good.
week, but the week before, whenever it was, went to dig stock. Let me tell you, dig stock has been kind of hit or miss occasionally. This one, they knocked it out of the park. That's my opinion and a lot of other people's opinions too, because killer stuff found. And I got out for about 2.5 hours in the heat. It got up into the 90s, the hottest it's ever been there. And I walked about a mile in a cotton field to a home site, dug a wheat penny, and then barely made it back to my car. That's what I found, though. Other people just knocked it out of the park, just killed it with stuff. Yeah.
So you didn't take water with you?
What's that?
You forgot to take water with you?
No, I took water. I drank it all. I drank every drop of it, man. It was bad.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's the way it goes at these events. Is I'd say 50% of the people found something that they were really proud of, and then 50% struggled. So, but
That's
there was
normal. Yeah.
1,100 acres. There was quite a few good finds made there.
Well, good to hear.
Looked like a good event. I saw a lot of people posting some.
Did I have anything to drink? Thank you, Andy. I am now divorcing you as my brother from another mother. Play free bird, man. My guitar playing buddies.
As I was saying, no, I saw a lot of people posting on Facebook their finds, and I have to say it looked like a really good event. People finding some really good stuff.
Yeah, that was some great stuff. Hey, listen at this, Jeff. You know how rare a Confederate belt buckle is?
Yep.
A guy found one because there was some cavalry action there from what we could tell. Found some spurs and stuff. He found a Confederate tongue for a CS 2-piece belt buckle.
Oof.
It was his first Civil War relic ever that he dug. He even dug a mini ball before. So
bravo, my friend.
Yeah, really.
FLX, it was terrific to meet you too, buddy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, when you're getting out detecting and you're seeing all these great things that are dug up, and sometimes you're digging up great things, and sometimes they have a great story, and sometimes they have both.
And you meet so many new friends through it too.
That's, to me, that's what I love most about these hunts, is that you meet the people that you meet, and that's
I'm getting better at this segue stuff.
I noticed that.
We still need some
Well,
master.
you wash your belly. Yeah.
Following your shoes here.
How about
But
we bring
anyway,
the author?
I'd say we could just do this too.
We could, and it's in this issue. Or if
That's right.
you got a rare misprint, it's the upside down issue. But it is in this issue of the latest and greatest American Digger magazine. Thank you.
March, April.
But you know, the article is called Foxtail Cave and by Josh Tyree. So what do you say we bring on Josh while he's
Let's
still
bring
here?
Josh on, one of our all-time favorites here.
Josh, where are you, Josh, buddy? Hey, where are you?
Josh.
Hey, can you see me now?
Hey, buddy. We can
Hey,
see
Josh.
you now. We can see you now.
All right, good deal, good deal.
Well, how the heck have you been?
Been doing good, you know, kind of like y'all were saying. It was like 75 yesterday and 30 today, you know.
You're up in North Georgia or Tennessee area, aren't you, Josh?
Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee. Okay, couldn't remember.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
We have the bad storms come through and then cold weather behind it, you know.
Crazy weather. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. As long as we always pray everybody stays safe. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but stay safe
Right.
when you can.
Absolutely.
Well, have you been getting out much there, Josh? Or
Yeah, I've been hitting some old house sites, and I went to Virginia. Just got back today and dug a few relics in Virginia, and then just around here, been hitting some old house sites and a few Civil War camps. But that's about it. You know, the weather's getting pretty good, but then it'll either rain or we'll have storms. You know, as long as it's not raining, it's good digging season here. But if it's raining, you can't really get out. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There was a time that I would get out in the rain. But
Oh, I've done it.
those
I've had to
days are long gone for me. But yeah, when you're younger, you tend to do whatever it takes to keep your coil to the soil the longest. So
I've seen me stop and pour the water out of my boots. Be pouring down rain, but not anymore.
not anymore. As one of my relic hunting buddies told me, he says, 30 years into this, and I outgrew the rain.
Yeah. Well, you'd find those hot camps, and you'd want to hit them as much as you could, no matter
That's
what.
exactly right. Yep. Sometimes in construction areas, sometimes you got to jump on them when you can.
Absolutely, that's true.
well, speaking of which, your article that you have in the latest edition of American Digger magazine. Goodness sakes, it's not wanting to come up. Here it comes. There it is.
There it is.
The Foxtail Cave. How did this all come about? How did we get going on that? Because this is a great story. I love the story.
Well,
Awesome.
I went to the dollar store to get something. Me and my daughter, and I come back out, and they had a food truck there. I think it was called the Slick Pig or something. And I said, hey, I'm gonna go over there and get some barbecue, And there was an older guy in front of me and a younger lady. Later on, I found out it was his niece that was with him, and I was in line. He kept kind of looking at me, and he said, I love watching your videos and on Facebook and stuff about your treasure hunting. And I said, really? He said, yeah, we're friends on Facebook. And I said, well, I have a lot of people on Facebook I've never met, but I'm friends with them, And we got to talk, and he said, yeah, me and all my friends, we love watching your videos and seeing what you found out metal detecting and treasure hunting. He always called it treasure hunting. And I got to talk to him. He said, I said, you have a farm? He said, yeah. I said, well, do you have any old house sites on it? He said, yeah, I've got a farm. It's got 4 house sites on it. And I said, well, I'd love to come and dig. And he said, well, yeah. He said, just holler at me. He said, I'm out there on Peacock Farm. He said, you've heard of the Peacock Farm? And I'm like, yeah, but I hadn't, I was like, yeah, but I really hadn't. So I went home and I Googled and I researched the Peacock Farm, and I couldn't find nothing, I couldn't find anything. So then I reached out to him on Messenger, and he said, well, I've got Foxtail Cave on my farm. He said, you've heard of Foxtail Cave? And I'm like, well, not really, but I Googled that and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find nothing. So he was calling it the Peacock Farm because he's got all these peacocks on it, and I thought Peacock might have been some famous guy or something, And then the Foxtail Cave is just a cave he found on his farm, and he made him a sign and he gave it that name, so it was all his doing, there wasn't nothing on Google or you couldn't research anything, so he was the character. I mean, he was just that kind of guy.
No, the Foxtail Cave, I think then he found a foxtail there, right? Did that story ever come up? How it got its name?
No, he never said. He just said I found it, and he said I named it Foxtail Cave, and I made me a sign. He said I put a sign up back there, and I marked it Foxtail Cave. I'm like, okay, because
Well,
he
you
was like,
remember when I started editing the article, I actually messaged you and said, "Is this spelled correctly?" Because I thought "tail" like a tail, like an animal's
yeah,
tail.
like TAIL. Yeah, no,
Yeah, right.
it was a
It's a
tall tail. It was a tall
tall
tail.
tail.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's super
No, critter.
funny.
Yeah, there's that's
Oh,
Tom.
Oh, look at
That's Tommy.
there.
what a pretty cat.
That's Tommy. Yeah.
Hey, Tommy.
I found him. He was about the size of maybe about the size of a little bit bigger than a mouse, and he had pneumonia.
Oh,
Took him to the vet several times. They didn't think he would make it, but he made it. So he's
wow.
my baby. He's my baby.
That,
Yeah.
that sounds like my Tyson. Tyson was
Yeah.
2 weeks old and had been abandoned by his mother behind a store. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
now he's a big old boy now. Loves me to death. He's a big old boy.
And
He is.
then we
Yeah.
found a possum. Then we found a possum run over, and she'd
Oh.
had babies. And
Oh,
one of the babies was still alive, and it was about the size of your thumb. I mean, it was
Oh.
tiny.
oh my
And
gosh.
we fed it like 2 months on a medicine dropper.
Good for you.
I named it Stitch, and
Oh,
I thought it was a boy, but it turned out to be a girl. But anyway, so we still named it Stitch,
mm,
and now Stitch is about 1.5 years old and probably weighs 15 or 20 pounds.
Wow.
wow. That's cool.
Anybody good to animals is generally
Yeah.
going to be good to people. It's good.
Right.
Right. In my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love animals. I do.
We do.
Well, speaking of which, the Peacock Farm.
Yeah.
Peacock. Well, that's unusual animal as well.
That's an animal for you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had a bunch of. He had one that was solid white, like I guess like an albino
Mhm.
peacock. I don't know, but it was pretty. But you'd be up there metal detecting, those things were hollering. They'd scream. It
They
sounded like
are
a woman
loud.
screaming or something. Yeah, they're loud. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
they
so
are loud. Very.
They are-
I hope
they're
they
very,
don't
very-
chase you like geese do.
No, they never did mess. We picked up a few tail feathers. You'd find some tail feathers out in the woods.
Oh, boy.
Well, what all kind of stuff did you find during your visits over there?
Well, he said those people lived there till like maybe the 1920s or 30s. I can't really remember. It's probably in my article. I had it all wrote down, but
Yeah.
he said they were just so poor they couldn't make a living here, so they just up and abandoned everything and got on the trains and went north. He said they all left that area because they couldn't make money, so they went up north hoping to make some money. So there wasn't much there. You could tell that a lot of the home sites here, people didn't have much. They were pretty poor.
Yeah.
And if they did have any money, they didn't carry it in their pockets. They kept it in their house somewhere or hid in their house. But found a few silver brooches, just spoons, harmonica reeds. One World War One button, just the usual house stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say, yeah, it's a great coat button.
Oh yeah, it was a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice button. It's World War One-ish,
Right.
somewhere around there. So I mean,
That's what I figured. World War One. Yeah.
I think you're right. There's a way to tell the difference in those, and I never can remember it. I've got
Yes. Somebody told me it was World War One, but I'm like you. I can't really tell. Me myself, I can't really tell much difference. Between the World War One and the World War Two. They all look about the same to me. But
when we first started relic hunting, if it wasn't Civil War, we didn't care about it. And now, if I dig up one of those, man, I love it because that's military history that's 100 years old or better.
right.
from the back, you see that shank, you get excited.
You know it.
You're thinking a big Confederate button or something. Yeah.
I will tell you a true story here, and I'll make it quick because this is your time. But we discovered a place, they cut down all the kudzu. We always knew it'd be probably a decent spot to hunt, but the Confederate cavalry had actually crossed a flooded creek and we got on the hillside next to it. Myself and my buddy in 3 days found over 300 Confederate bullets. It was Gardners, Enfields, and musket balls. It was just all of them dropped because the powder had got wet. On the third day, I actually looked up and I made a prayer and I says, please, please, please let me find a button. And by golly, the next thing I dug was a World War I button. So be careful what you pray for. Everything else, Civil War, was bullets.
Right. You got your button.
I got my wish though. Yep.
Got your button.
Got my prayer. Yep.
Well, you weren't specific enough.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, this spoon that you're talking about, spoon bowl that's right there, was this a brass spoon that was silver plated, or
that was a brass one, silver plated? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
most of them seem to be that.
Yeah, I mean, but then there's also some nice stuff as well that you dug, like this brooch or what?
Yeah, the coin silver brooch. Yeah,
that's
so there was some good stuff there. Dug 2 silver pieces, so it was pretty good. You know? It wasn't
Speaking
bad.
of which, here's the other one.
I think that's like maybe a sash buckle, maybe one half of it. If I had to guess,
I believe you're right. Yeah, Victorian or so.
Yeah.
But then there's also this other piece that, to me, I mean, to sit there and have the patience to dig all of that out.
It was just all in. It was all in pieces. I don't know how it was attached, or I don't know, but it was just all.
Well, that would be fun to put back together to figure out how all that went.
I could probably send it to somebody. They could probably figure out how that thing was, went together. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
This is actually one that I had seen them before, but either you told me or I had to look it up. But this item right here, which is what was that thing?
The T gauge.
Went on a sewing machine or something, maybe.
Yeah. I had never known. I had found them before, but I didn't know what it was. So, see, even with all the years I've got, you still learn a lot from these articles, folks.
Yeah, I had no clue what it was. I didn't have any. I knew it was brass, and I thought, I don't know what in the world that is.
Yeah.
The fact that I had dug one, it instantly caught my eye, and I'm like, I gotta know what that is. So finally, determined.
And I've been hunting a lot of house sites, and I've actually dug another one since then. So I knew what it was this time.
That's what ever dig you learn something new.
Absolutely.
You mean that's not an old ice scraper for the buggies?
You know what? I thought the first one I dug up was, now this is being naive. This is being ignorant. Okay. I thought the first time I ever got one, it was on a Civil War site with the old house site there, and I thought that's got to be a cannon site. No,
that's what I thought. Hey, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was sites. Yeah.
Yep.
But there wasn't really no way to attach it, so I couldn't figure out what the heck it was.
It was just pure fantasy to think that, but that's what I thought too. So
that's
a good reason to read books and magazines like ours.
Right, absolutely.
Teresa just said her a cheese slicer, and that's actually what my first thought was.
Well, I guess it could be.
So it looks like a cheese slicer.
I'm still thinking about the wagon windshield wiper scraper.
Yeah.
There you go, Jeff.
There you go.
You got me thinking.
Well, it's because of this cold weather that everyone's having right now. That's why it came to my mind.
Yeah.
I was out there scraping windshields this weekend.
We'll be scraping them here for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We're getting cold down here, but it's an Atlanta type cold, which means it's only in the upper 30s. Probably. I think it's going to get down to the 20s, though.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you have that humidity stuff.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it makes it cold in the winter and hot in the summer.
Yes, it does.
It does. Yes, it does. Yeah, I was talking
about right. You sweat in a snowstorm down here.
Yeah. That's true.
Well, there's literally, when I lived in Georgia years ago, I'll never forget one time it snowed, and the next day there was still snow on the ground, and my mom and I went out we were metal detecting, and I was just wearing a t-shirt, and it warmed up enough that you didn't need a jacket, but there was still snow on the ground, and that's typical though in Georgia.
It is. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
talk about the gentleman that owned this land. He
Mr.
sounds like
Charles.
he was pretty much a character. I mean,
He was, yeah. He was a Korean War veteran, and he cut wood. He loved cutting wood and selling wood. And actually, the week before he passed away, they said he delivered 7 ricks of wood the week before he passed away. And he was
That is
like,
crazy.
I'm thinking he was like 92. The best I remember, like
Mhm.
92 years. Yeah.
wow. So he's out there loading up a truck of wood all by himself, or did he have some
Oh
help?
yeah. No, every time I showed up, he was always by himself. He'd be out there running his chainsaw or his wood splitter, or he'd be on his tractor. He would cut the trees down and he would drag them up there to his house and saw them up. And he had a wood splitter and he'd split the wood. And
Hmm.
he was real proud of his wood. He loved his ricks of wood. One morning, me and Cody was up there, and he said, "Here, take my phone and video me." He said, "I'm walking better today than I've walked in 40 years." He said, "I want y'all
Wow.
to video." He said, "I want y'all to video me walking down my driveway and back." He said, "I want to be able to see myself walking." He said, "I'm
That's
walking
awesome.
better now than I have in 40 years."
Wow.
Wow.
That's
How old? What was his age again?
I think he passed away at 92. I think it was 92. Yeah.
Jeez.
I
Yeah.
hate that he didn't live long enough to see the article get
I know
published.
that
Yeah.
kills me.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
because
I, I had I had called him and talked to him, and I told him it was that show. The publisher had the article. I told him it'd be
yeah,
coming out soon, and he was
yeah,
like, "That's great news." That's what he said. His exact words were, "That is great news."
Maybe
yeah,
he's watching down from heaven on us and knows.
yeah,
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a very religious man. He's a good Christian man. Yeah,
Yeah. That's great.
that's awesome.
Bob says great article about Mr. Charlie.
Yeah,
That's the kind of when you call somebody Mr. Charlie, you don't even have to know their last name. It's just
no, it's
Mr.
Mr.
Charlie.
Charlie.
You can peg him. You know
Right.
who he is. Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Cat.
Now this is Darla. This is Darla here.
How many have you got?
Oh, just 12.
Just
12. Oh, you got. Oh, I just got a starter set. I got 3.
Well, about 3 years ago, I guess I got this wild thing up my butt, and I started rescuing cats.
I
So,
love them. Yeah, love
but
dogs too, but there's just something about cats. They're just
but,
get under my heart.
but I had to stop. I had to stop. So I'm like, okay, I got enough.
Yeah. You got to know when to say no.
Yeah, but
I
they're
think
all
the most
special.
we ever had at once was 9. We're down to 2 now, so yeah.
Right.
Boy, you're just a beginner, Debbie.
I know it. I know it.
You'll never become a crazy cat lady with 2.
This is true.
Oh,
Yeah.
I kid people that if I had been born the other sex and lived by myself, I'd be a crazy cat lady.
yeah, I would too. I reckon.
Yeah, I love animals. I just,
Well, and as
and
the
a
old
lot of
saying goes, they're your best friend for a few years. You're their best friend for their whole life.
Their
So.
life.
that's exactly right.
whole
And there's
life,
something
yeah.
about
That's
we
a good
need to
shot.
these kids watch this.
So much for best friend.
Yeah, really. Steve
Oh,
Pacifico did that at the American Digger booth one time.
oh,
We were on
Lord.
his show earlier and we had a really good time.
We love Steve.
So y'all hear that? I get double time.
That's good. Heck yeah, you're staying busy.
Yeah, for sure.
I am. We do stay busy, and American Digger keeps on growing thanks to people like you with these articles because
Mhm.
you've
Yeah.
been published probably, my gosh, close to a dozen times now with us or so.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's a great magazine. I really like contributing. It's a good magazine.
We really appreciate it, and this hobby is the best to me. Is the best hobby in the world. I mean, I've fished, I've raced motorcycles, I've even done a little golf, I play guitar, but to me, our hobby, metal detecting, is the best one I've ever had. So
Right. Yeah. I used to like hunting and fishing, but now I'm just basically strictly metal detecting.
I hate to admit it, but I haven't touched my fishing gear in a long, long time, and I used to go fishing just as much as I possibly could. But now it's I have to make a choice between doing the magazine and getting some detecting time and doing the books, or going fishing. So
You need to bring your fishing pole, by the way, to show me.
do I need a license there though?
If you had been on the show last week when we had Mitch and Renita on, you would know that there's a lake there and you don't have to have a license or permit or anything. You can fish that lake. So I was going to tell you.
Private pond.
Yeah, it's a private pond.
So fish and wildlife rules don't apply. I can bring M80s and my phone crank.
I'm gonna get
I don't do that, folks. I was a real fisherman.
But you remember the days of the M80s, don't you?
He invented them.
I do. That's what happened.
He's done towed off on himself now, yeah. But they would go off underwater. They would, yeah.
They certainly would, especially if you tied a weight around them. I mean, that's what I've been told.
I've been told.
Hey, let me tell you, we were back when it was it was legal at the time to do it. We were hunting Lake Allatoona, or was it Lake Allatoona? Yeah, near my mind's gone blank. Near a Civil War battle up there. Anyway, we were actually hunting the shoreline, and back then you could do that, and the water was down. And so my buddy was back behind me, and he got a signal, and we walked along, and he had found an old pocket knife, so he got another signal, and I was in front of him. All of a sudden I heard whacka, 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 and I turned around. He had that knife, and there was a weight connected to about 5 or 6 inches of cord tied around a stick of dynamite with white stuff coming out of the side. And he was trying to knock the white off of it. So I made him throw it in the water immediately. So I probably shouldn't have done that, but I was not taking it back. No. That was some redneck fishing for not redneck, just poaching.
Poaching, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what do you think?
It's that time.
It is. Time to go hear a word from our sponsors. We can pay for some lighting.
Let's do it. We can keep the lights on here yet again. Folks, we want to thank y'all for spreading the word. And if, Garrett or any of the other advertisers on here, tell them you heard about them from us, even though, Anyway, let's go, old Jeff.
The Vortex by Garrett has arrived. Revolutionary, visionary, extraordinary. Look into the earth with precision and depth. Understand the target before you dig. Find less trash, more treasure. Introducing our ground-busting multi-dimensional multi-frequency technology. Complex analysis of a target's conductive and ferrous properties. Sharp, accurate, graphical target ID display. With this robust detection system, lightning-fast target separation, and fully submersible down to 16 feet, you'll hunt farther and faster than ever before. The world's first fully transformable detector. Vortex by Garrett. Embrace the storm.
Folks, so we'll thank our sponsors over at Garrett. And remember, folks, if you've got a product, you can advertise here, and you can do it quite reasonably. You don't have to be a major manufacturer. Just get in touch with myself or Debbie Schiffer Blades. Facebook's a great way to do it, and we will set you up with your own customs ads on here as well. And I want to give a little plug here for the pet contest. Is that in front of the camera? It's the American Digger Cutest Pet Contest. These are the ones in the last issue. Yes, that is a pig there, a cute pig. Got the puppies, of course. And in the next issue, there's going to be some kitty cats as well. But all you have to do to enter that contest, send us a photo of your pet, but it must, and this is important, it must have something American Digger in the picture, preferably laid in front of the pet reading it. They can also have an American Digger bandana, a hat, a shirt, whatever you want, but it's got to have the American Digger logo visible. No Photoshop and no AI. Let's keep it real, folks. Okay, and you can email those or Facebook them to Debbie or myself. With that being said, let's get our guest back on here, Jeff, Josh Tyree. All right, welcome back, Josh.
Hey, welcome back.
And just in time for the kitty cat.
Yes, and time for the kitty cat. That's hey, that cat would look good with an AD sticker on the side.
I was going to say, there you go. Some
Actually, one of our first issues, well, not one of our first issues, but we have a friend who they thought they were buying a miniature potbelly pig at the flea market, but it turned out to be a full-size Tennessee hog. And named Oliver. Smoky Mountain Knife Works is the person that owns it. But when Oliver was a little bitty, teeny tiny, cute little baby piglet, he actually posed in the magazine with an American Digger sticker on his side. Bless his heart.
Lordy, I've
been
gone
using livestock to make a living, folks.
I've been gone for 5 days. I just got back about 4:30 this evening. So these animals, they miss me. Yeah,
they miss
you. You were up in Virginia, right?
Yeah, I went to Virginia. Yeah.
Was that one of the hunts up there, or?
Yeah, it was a hunt. Yeah, it was a hunt up there.
Was that DIV or?
No, it was just more like a private hunt.
Oh, okay. How'd you do?
We did pretty good. I found like a small cannonball. One maybe a little bit bigger than a golf ball. I don't know what size it is. Somebody knew, but I don't know. And
we call them canister shot, but they look like small cannonball.
Right. It could have been a grape shot. I thought it was a grape shot or a canister shot, but another guy there said it was too big, so I don't know. But anyway, I found that and a few bullets and miscellaneous brass, just your average stuff. No buttons or nothing. No.
Every piece of brass could be a button.
But I went with Charles Emmons and David Davidson and Dan Bach. I met him 10 years ago in Petersburg. So this was like our 10-year reunion. So we went back to Petersburg.
What detector are you using nowadays?
I'm using the F75. I mean, I've got the Equinox 800. I've got the Deus 2, but I just always use my F75.
It's a great machine.
Good machine.
That's a good detector. Yeah, I've got one. That's a good detector.
Jeff's got one of each.
Got a few. But every once in a while you have to have the right machine for the right.
You certainly do.
Now, when you're up in Virginia, were you using a GPX or do you using the F75 yet?
It wasn't hot soil, so I was using the F75.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, now in that red dirt, I would probably have to use the Deus 2 or the Equinox 800.
That is the worst up around Culpeper. That is in the fields.
Yeah. I've hunted at Culpeper. Yeah, it's just
that's the craziest soil ever.
Hot rocks. I mean, it's bad. Yeah.
I was told one time if you're going to hunt there and you want to practice and you want to know what it sounds like, put down a mini ball and then take a bunch of crumbled up rust and put it on top of the mini ball. That's how the soil will make it sound.
That's why there's relics still there. They're just so hot. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and one of the things that, you're talking about, all these relics and stuff. This is a great relic in itself, but a lot of people, sit there and poo-poo iron. I love iron, especially big iron.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I started digging iron, like even in the Civil War camps. Usually I can tell if it's small enough to be a nail, but if I think it's a little bit bigger than a nail, I'll dig it. And a lot of times it's half a horseshoe, but I have dug gun tools, iron bullet molds. I mean, you got to dig it,
Pieces of muskets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pieces of cannonballs. I mean, if it's a bigger piece of iron, I usually will dig it. Yeah.
What I generally do if I get into a site and I have the luxury of a little bit of time without competing with other people going in there, I will go through the first time. I might cherry pick, and then I might come back and I might slow down. Usually, when you cherry pick, you get the bullets, and then you come back and slow down. Then you start getting the buttons as well. Then you come back and start getting the iron, and it's a whole nother world. Like you say, gun tools, bullet molds, a lot of things that are not square deals.
Yeah.
Although square deals are a great sign, but
These old house sites, I'll dig some of the small iron signals just to see if it's square nails, and that kind of tells me the age of the house that was there at one time.
that's true. Yes,
Absolutely.
Glenn, who's not on here tonight, I don't guess. I think he's up in Virginia, but he at one time he was dead serious. He would keep every square deal, and I said, "Why are you doing that?" He said, "They're relics, and they are relics."
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on where you want to draw the line, but they're legitimate pieces of the past.
Yeah.
Square deals.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There are some people out there that have sold relics and stuff and make displays, and relics those nails actually make really great additions into those little relic displays.
They
do, yeah. Like they help to show the age of it too,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fact right there. So yeah, as a matter of fact, actually in a couple of my displays in behind me, actually do have nails in each and every one of them.
So, I'll tell something. I know most people on here are pretty experienced, but any new relic hunters, if, for instance, if you're looking for a Civil War site or something and you walk through a patch of square nails, stop right there and look around, because those are a very, very good indicator that something more was there other than somebody just throwing a handful of nails down.
Yeah, you'll find a goodie there, and that's
Yeah.
usually where I find my large sin is Spanish reals around here in Tennessee is the old house sites.
Old house sites are fantastic. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Here's something that we find in North Georgia, and I know you guys in Tennessee find a lot, and that's the Carhartt overall bucket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. And there's so many different brands and so many different names. Yeah.
But I love the emblem on these because you can look at it and see a heart in the background and a streetcar on the front of it.
Streetcar in the front. I love that.
Yeah. I believe that was a Tennessee manufacturing firm, I think.
It might have been, probably.
I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. Right. Kids, don't use this for your reports. And this piece of brass here, there's just something about I mean, that has a green background, so it's giving this a green tint, but that's just such a pretty piece of brass.
Like a drawer pull or something.
Yeah.
Yes. That's old. That's very
or maybe old. Off a chest.
It could be off a chest, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But that big brass, when you're in those old house sites, that big brass like that, man, it gives off a good signal.
Oh, you've got to dig that. If you're not digging something like that, I don't know why you'd be out there with a metal detector.
Right. It sounds good. That's for dang sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, then you have these pieces here, and you find these all over the place.
Yeah.
I know what they are, and Josh does. Do you, Jeff? Other than reading it in the magazine.
I was going to say it says right there in the caption.
It does, don't it? Okay. For our illiterate fans, tell them what these are, Debbie.
Well, they're called Murphy fastener eyelets. And don't ask me anything beyond that.
You just shouldn't have to ask beyond that.
It says they were used to attach the canvas side curtains and tops for Model T automobiles.
I think it might have had some other uses too.
Might have had other uses, yeah.
One used to swamp Debbie
too. Yeah, that's cool. That's history.
It absolutely is. I mean, you got to remember this stuff's, it's 2026. So anything made 1926 or before is at least 100 years old. And
that's right.
That's older. That's older than me.
A little bit.
Somebody asked the other day what the greatest invention was during my lifetime, and it was obviously the wheel.
The wheel.
The wheel. And it wasn't square, it was round.
It wasn't square, it wasn't square wheel. I like these brass buckles too.
Yeah, I like finding the little brass buckles.
And
That
folks,
slide
this is
adjustment
one
too.
reason not to over clean your artifacts. They just have, number one, it took over 100 years to get that color. So you want to make sure you really do want them shiny, but look at the beauty that you're destroying by doing that. So
Right. I don't even clean. I don't even clean my bullets anymore. I put them in my display cases. I don't even. I might take a toothbrush and knock a little dirt off of them. I don't even clean the dirt out of the cavity no more. And
no, because you can't replace it. I mean, that's how it was found. So why not? You
That's
know, one of
about-
the coolest relics I've got, actually, I got a couple of them, is bullets that I've actually found in hard dirt clods at construction sites.
yeah. I took that Mod Podge and preserved them in the dirt claw where you can see half the bullet. Yeah, those are
Yes,
pretty cool.
absolutely.
And I quit cleaning my bullets several years ago. And about, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years ago, I dug an infield.
hmm
And Cody said, "Man, you better clean that infield out and see if it's got anything in it." I said, "Cody, these infields in this camp, they don't have anything in them. They're just pointed in the base."
Uh-huh.
Then I showed it to another buddy of mine. He said, "Man, you better clean that. It might have something in it." And I said, "Well, heck, I ain't cleaned a bullet in years." I said, "Well, but two people's done told me to clean it." So I said, "Well, I'm gonna take a Q-tip and clean the inside of this infield out." And in the base, it was flat and it had an S in it. It was one of those real rare.
Oh, that's a
infields.
rare one. Most of the ones we get, if they have anything, it's 0.57 in them.
Yeah, but this one had the S in. I was like, "Dang, that's
Wow.
about the rarest one you can dig." You know, I'm like,
Did it have the wood plug still in it?
no, just dirt, but it had the
Just
flat.
dirt.
It had the flat and had the S in it. You know, yeah.
A little bit of a horror story, and thankfully it was only a 0.57, which is the most common plug base. But the first one I dug like that back when I used to get my bullets, I would get a toothpick and just start digging in there. And I tore up a wood plug in the infield that way one time.
Oh.
I thought it was just a chunk of mud, and it came out in about 3 pieces.
And it was the wood, yeah. Box.
It was the
What do they
wood.
call it? Boxwood plug or something.
Boxwood, yeah.
Yeah. And we got in one camp, and every one of them would have 57 in the base of them. You know.
You know, the crazy thing, I always thought that was the caliber of the bullet because they are 57 caliber. But I was told, or I read somewhere, and I've heard it confirmed since then, that was actually some kind of sizing die that they were using in the in England where they were making these bullets, because those
Right,
were
yeah.
factory
Yeah,
made.
they said it didn't have nothing to do with the 57
Yes,
caliber,
which is crazy to me, and I just find that hard to believe, but that's what all the bullet guys say.
right. Like on this article, when I got my magazine, Butch,
Mhm.
I took 4 pictures of the article on the front of the cover, and I put it on Facebook. You know, and in this article, I didn't knock it out of the ballpark with my finds, but when I posted this article on Facebook, I got more responses,
Yeah.
more messages through Messenger, more emails. I mean, they
You
blowed
had
my
some fan mail on this one, yes.
they blowed my phone up for a week. I mean, people just really they could relate with Mr. Charlie, I
Well,
guess. I
yes,
don't know
it
if
was
they
such
love.
a good human interest story. And, you know, that's part of what we do. I
Right.
mean, yes, our goal is to go out and find history or find
Right.
treasure, whatever you're after, but also the paths that cross ours along the way. This was a perfect example of that.
Right.
And
Like this weekend, I was digging.
everybody should know a Mr. Charlie at some point in their life.
Right. When I was digging this weekend with Dan, he said, let's go take a picture where we took a picture 10 years ago. And I said, let's go do it, Dan.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's how I met him, was through metal detecting, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And he lives in Oregon,
Wow.
but he's a really good one. He's a good guy.
Yes. There's we have a broad spectrum of people, and there are a few bad apples here and there, but usually they let you know pretty soon what they're like.
Oh yeah,
The good
absolutely.
ones stick around, and they'll be good friends to you.
Right, absolutely.
Well, and that's where, Mr. Charlie departed from us, and it's too bad, and he will be definitely missed, and that's what's such a big part of this story is the story of Charlie, Mr. Charlie himself.
It is. Absolutely,
Right.
it is. And there's the fella that used to collect the square deals, Glenn Watkins, and he's right. He always said they're relics, and Glenn, you can tell people about that because they are relics. Yeah, this was the display. Was this at his funeral or?
Yeah, after he passed away, the next day I got a
What a
call and
hero.
they said that he had wanted me to be a pallbearer, so I got to go to the
Oh.
funeral and be a pallbearer. Yeah.
So did you get him on video when he asked you to?
I did. I videoed him with his phone walking. Yes, yes.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I had a bunch of pictures of him, and he took us riding on his tractor, and we'd ride on the bush hog. And I made videos of him driving that tractor. He was driving us around his farm. You know, we
Wow.
stayed in first gear, and we went about as fast as a turtle could crawl. You know. I told Cody, I said, Cody, we're not gonna get to dig today because we ain't never gonna get off his
Yeah.
tractor.
We'll
You
get
know?
halfway there.
Yeah.
That's all right though.
Oh,
But he would go up there around those house sites and he would bush hog it and keep it all clean for us to metal detect. You know, he enjoyed that.
That's
You know,
awesome. That's
did
awesome.
he live by himself?
he did. Yeah, he was married, but his wife had passed years before, and they never had any children. You know,
Wow.
so yeah.
Wow. Yeah. But he
I
had
think, I think y'all both did each other a favor just by
Mhm.
friendship.
Right. Yeah. He had a lot of friends. He did have a lot of friends, Mr. Charlie.
I think it's so cool though that he knew who you were and watched your
Yeah,
videos.
really.
I mean,
That's
just
that's how we met. Just he knew me through
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah.
that's really neat.
That was it.
So cool.
People
Yeah.
recognize me from cops sometimes. But my face is blurred. No, I'm actually a very law-abiding citizen, folks. I truly.
Well,
Nah, you asked
not in
the
Missouri.
Missouri.
Speaking of Missouri, where we gonna be in a couple of weeks, Miss Debbie?
Yeah, we are going to be. Well, actually, a little over a week now because it'll be not this weekend, but next weekend we'll be at the Show Me Hunt.
I'm glad you told me because I'd have been late.
You would have forgot.
Yeah. And we're also going to have the lovely and talented Northeast rep, Miss Allison Cohen there.
Cohen.
So,
She's going to be with us. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this weather will be nice.
Oh. No more of this.
Well, Debbie lives in Missouri, so I'm expecting her to take care of this weather situation.
Oh yeah.
No, I ain't, Joe. Usually.
This time of year, you can't ever tell about this weather.
No,
No.
it's not. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Literally the tale of 24 hours, right? I mean, that's made a big difference.
We were talking about. Well, go ahead, Debbie.
No, I was just going to remind you. Last year when we were at the Missouri Hunt. Remember that humongous hailstorm came through, and we were okay. But the people that were like a little bit further south of where we were got. I mean, one person said they had $10,000 in damage to their car from the hail. It was a tremendous hailstorm. One of the worst that's come through. Yeah, there you go. Hailstorm got me, Magic Man.
Wow.
This is.
Yep. Oh, Teresa's gonna be there too. Yay, Teresa!
Yay, I know.
I met Teresa.
Excited. No, I've never met Allison. So
wow. No, Teresa. You've met Teresa.
Though. I've met Teresa.
Okay. I don't know these.
She's my girl.
He tells me. I forget if you do tell me.
I haven't met Allison though, so I'm looking forward to meeting her.
Allison's awesome. Yep. She Glenn. I ain't gonna say it. Just we got 2 spittings of snow and it quit in 30 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, this is one of those things where once again, you guys are going to be out there. It could be like I was saying, like everyone has had here. It could be 80 degrees. It could be 20 degrees when you're there. So
yeah,
we do not.
That's for everything. Or look at the weather 2 days before.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's part of one of the many challenges of relic hunting. You know, it's not like you schedule time to play your computer game or something like that. You set up a day to go hunting. If it's not too awful weather, you generally go. And you know, it's an outdoor sport, much like hunting or fishing. You know, it is hunting, dirt fishing.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how many times did you actually go to this farm out there, Josh, for this article?
Probably 4 or 5 times. Yeah, probably about 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
And since he didn't have any family, does the new landowner, are
He
they
had
letting
some
you out there?
he had some nieces and nephews, and I asked them. They said they wasn't for sure what they were going to do with the farm. They were just going to leave it as it was for now. But I haven't been back out there. I mentioned to them, that I'd like to come back and metal detect, and they said that would be fine. But I haven't reached back out to them.
Are they taking care of the peacocks? What happened to the
Good
peacock?
point.
At that time, I asked them what they were going to do with the peacocks, and they said they were, you know, family and friends were taking turns taking care of them. So I don't know. I don't know if they still have them or not.
Yeah,
Hopefully they do. I hope they
yeah,
do.
I hope so.
Those are beautiful animals.
Oh yeah, they were pretty. They were very pretty.
Beautiful.
And I think he was telling me one time they only lay like 3 or 4 eggs a year. I mean, they lay very few eggs.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah,
I
I
did
was, I
not.
was, I
Well,
was, I
what
was thinking it could be more, but I thought he told me they only laid like 3 or 4 eggs. Yeah,
this is going to be the stupidest question ever asked on here, but do they eat peacock eggs or just
I
make
don't know.
peacocks?
I don't. I think they're so high dollar. I bet they don't, because I think those eggs sell for big money, and even the baby chicks
Okay,
sell for
that
big
would
money.
make sense. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would.
if they only lay 3 or 4 a year, I guarantee you nobody eats them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're pretty expensive birds.
Yeah,
I've never had one, so I don't know.
yeah,
And I think
yeah.
they're hard to. I think they're very hard to raise. I think they're very, very difficult to get them to adulthood.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
remember one time I was down in the coastal area near Savannah, Georgia, and the person where I had the permission didn't own peacocks or anything. But I was out in the woods and I ran around a bit and there was a peacock. I
Hmm.
still to this day don't know if it's one that just wandered off from somebody's property or if they actually do live.
They do go wild. Yeah, when I lived in Florida, they were all over the place down there. There were like in the evening you'd see them. There was a road we used to go down quite often, and there was one of the big I steel or whatever high
Wow.
power line things, and every evening there would be peacocks roosting on that.
I didn't even know they could fly.
Basically wild. Yeah, oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well,
They're
Well,
ferocious.
We never know if Aaron's serious or not, but Aaron says that peacock scrambled eggs are delicious. So I'm going to try them at Waffle House next time.
Hey, Aaron.
well,
And then Glenn comes along. You carnivores. My God, y'all are cruel.
Mr.
Don't
Charlie
take
said
Glenn.
these peacocks weren't his. He said one day just a couple showed up, and that's how he got his start in his peacocks. He said, just one
Really?
day they showed up there, and then they just started multiplying. He said, they were just visiting there.
And then they just started hanging out, huh?
Yeah, they just stayed there forever and kept
I,
having babies. Yeah,
So he just named his farm Peacock Farm.
the peacocks. He had a bunch. I bet he had 15 or 20. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
well,
funny.
peacocks themselves can't reproduce. It takes a peahen as well.
Peahen, yep, that's
Yeah,
true.
hen.
That's true.
Yeah, peahen.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's 2026. Who knows?
Oh
Just
Lord.
had to go there. Oh.
He
You
had
didn't
to
have to. No.
One day I'm gonna start acting like an old man. You kids get off my lawn.
Yeah.
No, you can't metal detect. I'm saving it for my great grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I've heard that 100
I
times.
have to, and it never gets hunted. But
Nah.
hey, that's the thing. You can ask somebody; it's their property, and
Right.
it's you got to respect that.
Right.
Yes, Steve, that is Julie Andrews. Steve with it. Steve's future is so bright, he's got to wear
He's
shades.
got to wear shades.
Yeah. Oh, heck of a guy. Wow.
Yeah, he is. We love Steve.
Well, I tell you what, Josh, it's a great article.
It is, Josh.
This is a
you
really
can't
good
ask
Thank you.
for it.
Thank you. I
Really
appreciate
good.
it.
Aren't you a city councilman or something too, or am I thinking of
No,
something?
no, not me. No.
Not you. Okay. All right.
No.
Never mind. Never mind. We don't go into politics here anyway. We're a friendly show. Okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I was say, well, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. That's a great article. It's fun. I feel like I got to know Mr. Charlie just a little bit, and it's just a really good article with some nice finds, like you're saying. Didn't knock it out of the park with the finds, it's the person behind this whole story,
Amen.
Mr. Charlie. So thank
That's-
you for writing it.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Great feel good article.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah, great article.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Aaron, it was good to see you on here. I know who you are. So
Yeah, hey, Aaron.
But yeah, Josh has got some fans. Well, I mean, it's just exciting.
Mhm.
Appreciate you being here tonight, Josh. And
All right, thank you.
with that, we will go ahead and take you out of here. But anything you want to plug before you get out of here, other than the Metal Detecting Club you're a member of?
Or your channel. Your channel as well.
Yeah. I'm a member of the Middle Tennessee Metal Detecting Club. We meet once a month in Nashville, and we have a club hunt every year in October, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of members. You know, we have
Y'all got a big club.
Big, yeah.
Yeah.
We enter
I've been
fines every
honored
month.
several times there.
Yeah, when you come in for the Franklin show, you always come to our club meeting. So yeah,
I do. I like supporting y'all.
Great club.
Absolutely.
And I got to put it in there. How about them dogs? Yeah, okay.
For those people that don't know about your YouTube channel.
I do a little bit of YouTube, not much anymore, you know, very little. I do TikTok. I'm on TikTok, so I do, I do like that. It's a lot. There's a lot of metal detecting on TikTok, you know. If you do it, some people don't, some people do, you know.
Just look up Josh Tyree, and
I think it's under Relic Hunter. Maybe Relic Hunter, I can't remember, 5 or something like that. It may be Relic Hunter 5. I don't even know.
Josh, I don't even know my cell phone number.
I'm getting as old as Butch, and I can't remember nothing, you know.
With you. All righty. Well,
You
thanks.
remember when they brought that wheel thing around then, didn't you?
Yeah. We started out square, then we went to a triangle, then we got it round. Yeah.
I know. And then that electricity thing, we're still getting used to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Josh, for being on here. We look forward to your next article.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you,
man.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, folks, we have flat done one in here, haven't we?
We certainly have.
Another one for the books. Great guest. So with that being said, let's make our rounds here. Debbie, Jeff, one of y'all sign us. Promote something, Jeff.
It's like
Fuck the dog a bone.
I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying,
It's been a long day.
if you're in the market for new detector, yeah, there's some good stuff out there. You know, we got some new Legend 2s. We have a few of the GPX or the GPZ 8000 out there. So you know what, our list is getting short on some of that stuff. But you know what, if you give me a call, maybe I can check see if we have that stuff in stock. So give me a call 303-618-5179.
And if anybody's in the area of South, although I think the Show Me Hunt is actually sold out now. Otherwise, I'd say come by and see us. But if you're going to be at the Show Me Hunt, come by and see us, because Rich and I are going to be there, and Allison. And I know a lot of people that are in the chat are planning on being there. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody, looking forward to being there. And it's always a fun hunt. This will be the third one, and we've been at every one. So come out and pay us a visit.
And we'll be here again next week, right? We're here.
We'll be here again next week.
We will. Yes, we will.
We will. We will.
Good deal. So what do you say we back on out of here? I got to get me some food.
Let's do it, but one of us needs to find the music first. Where's the band?
That I have available.
Where's the band?
Right here. Band.
Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. See you in Missouri. And whatever you do, find somebody. Be nice.
Thank you, Emily, for that picture. I forgot to mention that.
Emily.
She's not on here tonight.
I don't want to be no outlaw. I don't want to be no Jesse James. I don't want to be no bad guy. I just want to be chasing outlaws and soldiers, gold doubloons and some musket balls. All that remains, those who left no names, hidden beneath the soil. You say this land is your land, but you say that I don't have the right. And I think you're forgetting that I have a dog in this fight. 'Cause I'm gonna go out swinging. I won't go down without a fight. I'm gonna go out swinging. All I got left on my rights.
Yeah.